All right, we're back here to learn how to do graphs on Excel. So this is the results table that we made earlier, and I just filled it in with some fake data. Okay, so don't think that this is what you're going to get, because you're not. Now, how to do a graph is actually really easy. So I know that I have my X values here because that's my independent, and I have my Y values here because that's my dependent variable. So I'm going to highlight all my data, and I'm going to click on Insert. Now, Excel calls graphs charts. So these are all charts that they like. But this is the one that you're supposed to use. This is a scatter plot. I'm going to go ahead and drop that box down. This is the one that we want to use, this scatter plot. We will put any kind of lines we want in it ourselves. So all I want is the points. All right, so I'm going to click that. And ta-da! Check that out. Oops, I did not mean to move that. Okay, so it has plotted the points for us already, but there's a lot missing to this particular graph. First of all, the title's not right. So remember, graph's supposed to be the dependent versus the independent variable, correct? So this is acceleration versus force. Okay, and I'm missing some labels here, and let me show you. I'm going to close that. Once the graph is up, once your chart is up, then these two tabs show up. Now see, if I don't click on it, those tabs disappear. So these tabs are specifically for your chart or your table. And if you're on the Chart Design tab, you can go Add Chart Element over here on the left. I'm going to drop that down. I want titles for my axes. I want one here for the horizontal, for the horizontal, and I want one for the vertical. All right. Now my horizontal, I'll have to edit that. My horizontal is acceleration. No, it's not. It is force. My bad. And I have to put the unit there. Okay. And this is acceleration. Unit. I'm going to put meters per second since it's not a capital M. All right, because it's hard to do the squareds in something like this. So I'm just going to say meters per second. Okay. So far, this is fantastic. All right, this is a great graph. We've got the points, titles, a title on the whole graph. We've got a scale. Okay, but now I need to add a trend line. All right, every time I click on something, you can always use that if you want to, but I'm going to add a trend line. So that's going to be the line that shows us the trend on our data. So I'm going to go to more trend line options, and all of that opens up on the side. This looks like a linear graph to me. Looks like it's a straight line, so I'm going to keep it there. Okay, but down here I have to display the equation on the chart. This is really awesome because they give you the equation for this line. Isn't that amazing? So they figure that out for you. But this equation isn't quite correct because y is not y. Y is acceleration. So I'll put an A there. And x is not x, it's force, capital F. So now that is a correct equation. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make him a little bigger. I'm going to go to Home, just hit this big button. There, so we can, there we go. Now we can really see this is the equation of the relationship between force and acceleration. Okay, that's important. The last thing that we have to do is put the relationship on the table. Oh, on the graph, I mean. What is the relationship between these two? And the choices are direct or indirect. A direct relationship is a line with a positive slope, meaning both things increase together. Indirect is a negative slope where one increases and the other decreases. So I'm going to say Insert, Text Box. So I'm going to put it right here on my graph. I'm going to write there, this is a positive slope, and so it has a direct relationship. That's all that you need for your graphs. Okay. Now, but I really would just to make it professional looking, we go back to chart design. I'm going to add some more grid lines. That way it's easier to read. So I'm going to put minor grid lines on here as well. And you see how these grids kind of fill in, and now you can read these numbers better. So that is the professional part. I would think that that makes it a professional graph to me. Okay, so there it is, making a graph in Excel. If you have questions on it, let me know, or just rewatch this video. Okay.